Okay, so we are making a vegetable chili. I have my 2 garlic cloves, which I've just chucked in there anyway. There we go. I've got 120 grams of onion, which I didn't tear that thing, and 1 long red chili cut into halves. I have not de-seeded because the boys said to me, don't de-seed, because I de-seeded one the other day and they go, it's not enough heat. Wasn't for this though. All right, lid on, 3 seconds, speed 7. All right, so we all know what that's going to look like. Smells amazing already. 20 grams of vegetable oil, using olive oil. All right. Now, in this little container here, I have, hang on, getting myself confused now, ground cumin. Oh, I put seeds in.
Is it fennel seeds?
Actually, sorry?
Is it fennel?
No, I thought I had to have, hang on, I'm just looking at my other thing. Maybe I'll put the wrong things. No, I've definitely done the wrong thing here. Let me go ground coriander. Let's see what else has got to go in there. So I've got my cinnamon. Oh, well, they can have seeds. We'll have seeds. It's all right. And there you go. Salt and pepper. Uh, 3 minutes on Varoma temperature. Just give it a little bit more texture anyway. And they won't know if you don't tell. All right. Whilst that's going, I will get these veggie smuggling muffins going on here. So this is just a manual thing. Heather, I think you've made them before. Sue, have you seen them made?
I haven't made them before.
You haven't made them before? Okay, all right, cool, all right. So this is, the recipe is up in the group. It's under files. It's just veggie smuggling muffins. And I know they're a big hit in Julie's house, although she said she was going to cut down on chocolate, I think. But,
yes, there was too much chocolate.
Right. For you.
Well, yeah, even for the boys as well.
Yes, okay. All right. So we have 150 grams of buckwheat kernels. And then I'm just going to mill them for 15 seconds on speed 9.
I didn't use the buckwheat kernels either.
What did you substitute?
Flour.
Right.
So I didn't need to do this step that Mandy's doing.
Right. My husband's actually allergic to buckwheat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just use normal flour.
It's a member of the rhubarb family.
Ah, I didn't know that.
No,
I didn't know that.
I couldn't hear. What were you saying? You didn't use buckwheat, Julie?
No, I just used flour. And then Sue said that her husband is allergic to buckwheat. It's part of the rhubarb family.
Oh, there you go. I remember when we were in Nepal, obviously that's, you know, what that's going to look like. So
Oh, looks lovely.
amazing. That's interesting being allergic to, transfer to a separate bowl. Okay. When we were in Nepal quite a few years ago, no, 10 years ago I think it was, or maybe even 11 now, or nearly 11, we went past fields of buckwheat.
Oh, really?
It's a beautiful purple flower, absolutely gorgeous. All right. The next thing I've got to put in there is pitted dates. So I have 10 pitted meagle dates. They're going in.
What would we do without dates?
I know. I used to hate them. I think it's because, I don't know about you, Sue, but growing up in the UK, but they only came out at Christmas time and they were all sticky in a container, and I'm going, oh, who would want those? But these are just so delicious.
They were like on a plastic vine.
They were on a plastic vine.
oddest things.
Oh my gosh.
And they all used to look flaky on the outside. Horrible.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just going to go back to this because this thing is going to take the longest time to cook. So
Oh,
I bet it smells good.
amazing.
Smell of
Tin of tomatoes going in. A bit cheeky. 450 grams from a 400-gram.
You find that a lot, don't you? You're supposed to, you know,
Oh,
it says
smile
it
there,
was
Teresa.
sorry?
I didn't know you were. Oh, that was Heather, was it?
Yes.
Sounded like Teresa.
Oh, no, I was just saying you find out a lot things that are supposed to be a certain weight and they're not.
Yeah.
no, not by the time they're drained.
No, very cheeky. They probably just weighed a can as well or something.
And you also don't know where they're from.
No.
So how much water is that?
200 grams of water.
Uh-huh.
I just rinsed out the tin, of course, white sugar.
I'm just keeping you up to the mark, Mandy, so you tell us what we're doing.
Okay. I'm just going to put in 1 teaspoon of white sugar. Oh, yeah. Actually, my granny, when she was alive, she did the most amazing thing with tomatoes. She used to skin them. It was always a bit nice going around to granny's because you had these tomatoes, and she would skin them. All right, I'll just keep going as we're doing here. 350 grams of pumpkin. And she would slice them and she would sprinkle them with sugar.
Oh,
Well, they were amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she didn't put them back in the oven.
Oh, no, she didn't do that. No, we just had them. She'd let them sit there for a while, and then we'd have them like as a salad or something, or with a
Oh,
salad.
yeah.
yeah.
Delicious. But I like my tomato with salt on it now. 200 grams of cauliflower. So I've just got all that in there. Oops.
Oh, looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so healthy.
And then on top of the vegetables in the varoma, you add 1 red capsicum and half a green capsicum deseeded and cut into slices.
Okay.
So this is all going on. And the great thing about this was I actually prepped all of that last night. So it's good. And then you put the varoma tray on, and what it's going to ask me to do is to weigh some zucchini into it. So I have done that. I've weighed that already.
Oh, excellent. I can make this for dinner tonight. I have all of these things.
Ingredients.
Yeah, perfect.
Why wouldn't you put the zucchini straight on top of the other veg?
No idea, because it actually doesn't really want to sit down too well either. But
Okay.
maybe it's just. Actually, I tell you what, probably should have put the butterfly in the bottom there. Anyway, I've made a little bit of a hole. Very full. Anyway, got that there.
Why put the butterfly in?
Oh, just to let more steam circulate. If you put the butterfly in the bottom, then it just means that the vegetables aren't just closing across all the holes. It's just going to let a little bit more steam in. Anyway, I've done the zucchini. I'm going to put the lid on. Very full. 15 minutes, speed 1. All right, that can do its thing. We'll come back to our muffins. So I've got my dates in there. I haven't processed them yet. I'm going to do 6 seconds, speed 7.
Are the veggie smuggling muffins on Cookadoo?
Yeah, so the only thing for you in here is 2 eggs, but I don't know if you could chia egg that, but that's my dates. It's actually quite important to do that too. And the other thing I found with doing this a bit is it's actually important to just give it a bit of a scrape so it's just not all sitting there because it's very sticky. Just not all sitting there on the outside of the bowl so it can all mix in. Then I'm going to add carrot and zucchini. So it says 75 grams of a carrot and 1 zucchini, approximately 100 to 130 grams. So that's going in. Yeah. And I'm going to chop that. Yeah. For 2 seconds. Speed 5. I just stuck over into 3 there, but that's all right. And so that's all chopped like that. So obviously if you wanted it finer, you just chop it a little bit longer. And I'm going to scrape the sides down again.
If you've got fussy grandchildren or children, you would just chop it finer.
Smuggling.
Yeah.
Julie, did your grandkids eat? They ate these okay? Julie, the muffins. Did your kids? Yeah, they did. Yeah,
they did. Yeah, but so did I.
Yeah. And all
hence, I'm going to reduce the chocolate.
Yeah, and all the remaining ingredients. So the remaining ingredients are just. I've got banana. So I didn't break that up first, but I've got banana. So in this, you know, as we were talking before, the sweetener is just the banana and the dates.
Mm.
So I've got the banana. I've got, it says 70 grams of walnuts, but we have pecans in this house, so pecans. And they don't have to be that small, it's just how I bought them. 2 eggs. Uh, 50 grams of milk. I do normally use almond milk, but I don't have any, haven't made any. So I'm just going to use a little bit of cow milk. I'll have to make some more almond milk. So I think it's going to be turmeric latte weather later in the week.
I think you're right.
Yes. Today is spectacular though. It's beautiful. All right. 3 teaspoons of vanilla. That. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Your sister's on there. And Julie, you know Julie as well.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi.
1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Sue Callan. No, you don't know Sue, but you can way better. That's all right.
Hi, Sue.
Well, she can't really see you. You can see as an arm.
No.
Hello.
Hi, Andrew.
Flour. Flour, coconut oil. So just warmed up a little bit. So how much coconut oil? 50 grams of coconut oil.
Augustus Street.
Coconut oil on my fingers. And then the chopped chips. So chopped chips are important in our house, Julie. Julie don't think less chopped chips.
It's a lot, though.
It is a lot.
Incorrectly.
You wouldn't use
Yeah, that
cacao.
incorrect thinking, he said.
Mandy?
And the bigger. The big one. Yeah, no, these are Andrew's muffins in the freezer. All right. So then we're just going to mix for, we're going on reverse, and we're going to mix for 25 seconds on speed 4.
Where did you get it from?
So I'm just going to put that into mini muffin thing here. So I'll just get that going now. I actually like this. It's not a Thermomix one, but I really like this little spatula for this, and it works really well.
Good size, isn't it?
It's a great size. I think it's a Williams Sonoma.
Do you oil the silicone first?
Sorry?
Do you oil the silicone
No,
mold?
I don't. No, they just so I do leave them in there for a little, you know, for maybe 10 minutes or something before I pull them out. Usually, if they're really straight out of the oven, then you can leave bits in the bottom, but otherwise they actually come out really well. And you know, I'm sure I've said this to you guys before. I like this size because they're good little snacks if you you just want something little, just a sweet thing, or and you know the thing is that they're really good for you because they've got it's full of veggies.
Yeah. Where are the trays from? Are they the Kmart?
I think I probably got them from Target or Woolies or
Right.
I don't know, something like that. They're not fancy.
shop.
They were like $5 each or something.
Right.
It was when a few years ago they changed the menu for cooking experiences, and they had the Brazilian cheese puffs, and I needed something to put the Brazilian cheese puffs in. At that point, I don't think they had the rose gold mini muffin pans, but I actually I prefer this to the rose gold too, because it's very easy. I just literally chuck the stuff in and then pour it out. Well, drop them out, turn them upside down, they'll fall out later.
What's the advantage of rose gold?
I don't know. I mean, well, look at some of the stuff, the bakeware, the Thermomix bakeware is rose gold. So it's actually sitting on, because obviously they need to sit on something, so they are sitting on one of their trays. It is a very, they're very solid. I'll show you in a minute. I got a bundt tin a couple of months ago, and I'll show you that. It's just beautiful, and it's really heavy.
Are they German made, those ones?
I don't know. I'll see if it says anything on the bundt tin in a minute.
Oh, that works perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I do have a little bit more mixture, so it'll do me just a few more muffins. But I'll just stick them in the oven. My bundt tin.
Very pretty.
It's
Beautiful.
very
Look.
pretty, and it's really weighty, and it doesn't say where it's from. I had to look in the mix shop and see if it actually says whether they're from Germany. But you know what? I think I said before, our mix shop is so much better, like than the UK one. If you look on there, it's literally got about 4 things on there that you can buy. It's ridiculous. So I actually had to get Rachel to order a blade cover for someone who wants it in the UK. Who used to live here and she's moved back to the UK. All right. So the other thing we're going to make is the falafel mixture. So this is going to go in here. And I have pre-prepped a little bit of this because there was a lot of standing around waiting for things to cook or whatever. So we've got the broad bean and chickpea falafel. So the first one is your broad beans. I use frozen ones. But what you've got to do is add water and you've got to cook them for 8 minutes. So I did that last night. There's no point in sitting around waiting for 8 minutes for that to cook. Strain them through the simmering basket. I use my simmering basket all the time for straining. I just love it. Get the simmering basket aside, dry mixing. And I've done this bit as well because this was coriander seeds, cumin seeds, and then your dry roasting. So you dry roasting for 5 minutes, and then you blitz it all up. I had to peel the
broad beans.
The broad beans as well. So that's where we're up to. This needs to go back into the bowl.
So if you didn't have the seeds, but you only had the already ground, you could use that and just miss that step.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you could. Sure you could. All right. So now we need to find everything in. No, that's my parsley. In here. 1 garlic clove and onions. They're going in. Parsley. Remembering, Heather, with your TM5, because your scales are 5 gram increments. When you're weighing herbs, just put them in a chunk. Because the TM6 has the 1 gram increments, you could, it can register light amounts. But when you're weighing herbs, it's always good to chuck them in a like a bunch of, a whole lot of it together. Otherwise, it's not going to register on the 5.
Okay.
Mint. I forgot to get the mint. I've just got to run into the garden and get the mint.
We should all sing a song while she's gone.
We should. And she's got birds singing at her place.
Yeah,
Or
they've got a
somebody
beautiful
has.
garden outside. Really
Yeah.
gorgeous garden.
It's nice to be able to just run out and pick your fresh herbs too.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
just?
yeah, it is.
I haven't got enough, I don't think, but I've got what's there is going in. We are 1 gram. That will have to do. Put it on. 8 seconds. Smells really good too.
I'll bet.
Just write that down. You can smell the cumin and everything. It's beautiful. Okay, my broad beans. So there are all my beans. I want to cook that. It'll be very good.
So is this recipe actually called Veggie Smuggling Muffins?
No, it is on the so it's not on Cookie Dough, all right? It is
Not on Cookie.
It's just in a file on the Facebook group.
Oh, okay. Didn't realise that.
Yeah. All right, just going back to this because I know I have to. This is the thing that's going to take the time. Remove the aroma and set aside. So got all my veggies in there. I'll actually just give them a little poke and see if they're fully cooked or close to being cooked. Pumpkin's not close to being cooked. think that could do a bit more. See what else it says. Then I think I've got to chuck everything in there, but I think I will actually just put it on for another 5 because that pumpkin's definitely not cooked. So I'm just going to go back, put you down to 5. There we go. All right, back to our, so I've got my chickpeas that I've told you all about anyway. Okay. 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. Going in. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Salt. Bit of pepper as well. Now, these are hot dried chilies. So it says half to 1 teaspoon. So I'm only going to do half a teaspoon. Is that, yeah. Looks a bit dangerous, I reckon. Oh, hang on.
Ooh.
Very.
Lethal.
I might even go a quarter. Okay, pop the lid back on. 10 seconds, speed full. So far, and I've got to just scrape the bowl down, the sides down. Yum. Ten-second speed, 4.5.
Mandy, did you say this wasn't on cookie dough?
This is on cookie dough.
It is, okay.
Yeah, it's broad bean and chickpea falafel.
They look so good.
Amazing, doesn't it? So basically what I'm going to just do is make it into 16 balls. I'm not going to cook them now, but I'll just make a few so you can see.
You have to fry them, Mandy, or can you bake
Yeah,
them?
well, actually, I was going to have a look at that. I'll show you. So it says to make them and then set aside on a plate and dust with plain flour or gram flour. I'm not sure what gram flour is anyway. Heat olive oil in a non-stick pan, Okay, fry falafels for 4 to 6 minutes on each side until browned. Serve with wedges from 1 lime on the side. So that's the finished picture. Oh, hang on. So that's the finished picture.
Mm.
But if you go into the tips, well, so recipe detail, come down to tips. A few things in here. It says if you're using I probably can't see that totally well, but I'll read it to you anyway. If you're using frozen broad beans, cook for 10 minutes in step 1. Mine had actually defrosted, so that was okay. Fresh beans should be done after 8 minutes. Shaped, uncooked falafel can be frozen and then cooked when needed. You can keep it in the freezer for up to 4 months.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Variations, they can also be baked at 190 degrees.
Oh, good.
Yeah, for 8 to 10 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, for 8 to 10 minutes on one side, and then turn over and bake for a further 5 minutes until brown.
Yum. Of course, they'll be nicer fried.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm just lazy, I guess. I can't be bothered standing there over a pan and doing it, but I like to just chuck it in the oven if I can.
Yeah, no, so
I'm
do
happy
I.
to try that. Actually, what I might do, when I do make them, when I do cook them, I might do both ways, and I'll let you know.
Okay,
Right.
great. There's not so much mess either when you don't fry.
Well, that's right. That's what I'm thinking.
The
It's
spatter.
just one sort of tray you've got to wash, and it's not oily and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And it just has some background information here. This classic Middle Eastern favourite's been given a makeover by adding hearty and colourful broad beans to the traditional chickpeas. Serve on a large platter with toasted pita breads, chopped salad, and lashings of vegan yogurt, Heather. And invite everyone to help themselves. So there is, there's definitely, I'm pretty sure, we'll have a look in a minute, because I think I put Cookie Dough up. I'm pretty sure there is a vegan yogurt on Cookie Dough in Plant's Plate. Anyway, let's just get this thing.
Oh, that sounds very good.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I don't know. I mean, are you still obviously still here? You know, is this still helpful for you doing what I'm doing on, you know, every second Tuesday?
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Just
It's
that,
fun and gives us inspiration.
well,
It does.
that's what I figured. Yeah. Okay. So I would suggest when you're doing this, some of the pumpkin seems to be cooked and some of it's not. So that doesn't look very cooked, but this is. So probably give it a good stir halfway through, and maybe make the pumpkin chunks a bit smaller when you're making it yourselves. All right. But now I'll carry on. I think that'll be okay. My black beans, which I
don't know how you
do.
do two things at the same time.
Mandy's doing
three.
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 I'd get confused.
Well, I've got 3 bowls. That makes a difference.
Ah,
My black beans, and I've got to add the cooked veggies. So I like,
my second bowl.
yes, I bet you are. Veggies going in. It's going to be pretty damn
Wow,
full.
that's not it.
Very full. Yeah. I'll just give it a little. I'm actually going to leave these out because I was a little bit generous with some of my veggies. So I think that's why it's very full. And also, if your pumpkin was chopped a little bit smaller, it would fit in better probably. And I'm just going to put the lid on, and it's just going to stir everything around here. And I just put it into a thermoserver and add this in at the end because this is cooked anyway. 5 minutes, speed 2 on reverse. So I'll just pop that there. And while it's dry, we'll make some falafel. Okay. I'll just quickly check on those muffins too. They need a bit more. Ready? Yeah. Okay. So, wet hands. I said it makes 16, didn't it? So,
Yeah.
this is half the mixture.
They look like very large ones, very large falafels.
Yeah, well, I guess you can make them whatever size you want. There you go, on my hand. So So you probably would have seen, I think actually both Sue and Julie already registered for the Greek class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One? Yeah. So in that, I've got to have a practice beforehand. I'm doing the souvlaki, so I'm going to have some sort of meat, make the tzatziki and the pita breads. So so that'll be good. And Irene's going to be doing the baking side because we know how good she is at the baking and the pastries and all that sort of stuff.
Yum.
So,
Yum.
yeah, so
Sounds
she's gonna,
so delicious.
yeah, she's incredible. She's got so much knowledge. She's got a bread making course, and she's done pastry stuff as well. So that's what's really nice, I think. I mean, when you've got a team and everybody has different bents, it's really good to make the most of it. It was so funny though because last year she and I ran a bread making class actually at head office, and I was doing the gluten-free stuff. And no one was there was only one person who was interested in gluten-free bread, so I had to get mine done really quickly and just give her all the time. Which is fine, because that's what they wanted to see. But it was funny. It was my idea to do the thing, and they wanted to hear her. How am I going? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's it.
Gosh, you're very accurate with your sizes there.
Oh, I don't know. It's just a bit of a rough guide. It said 16, so they don't. If I look at them here, I'll show you in a minute. They're not all perfect sizes.
Thank goodness. I thought I'd be scared to make them.
I did love that. Sue was we were having a chat the other day or last week or something like that, and she said, what I like about you is the presentation doesn't have to be perfect and everything else. I thought, well, it was quite funny the way it and I love Julie.
It's like normal, like we do.
Yeah, like normal. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, see, I couldn't do like Irene does. That's not me.
But she's like a pastry maker. You would think she was professional at pastry making.
Exactly. Yeah. And I often quote Julie. Julie very kindly said to me, when I said about how messy I am, and said, "No, you're just enthusiastic."
Yeah. It's
Right.
true.
It is true.
Yeah, thank you. Look at those muffins. I can smell them now. They smell beautiful.
Where are you, Mandy? You've deserted us.
Getting the muffins.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're very rustic looking, but I think they're actually okay. I'm just going to find someone to cook them.
Mandy, where is that recipe? You said it's in the Facebook group, is it?
Yes, it is in the Facebook group.
Just have to scroll back a bit.
So no, you just go into the files section.
Into the what? Sorry?
The
File
section.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's along the top. There's a section that's called files. Now I'll just put these files out of the way.
Oh, they look so good.
Yeah. Well, it's you know what I love about doing this too is because I get to try different things. I've never made these. I have done the chili before. But I've never made these before.
I just think you've got the luckiest family.
She has always cooked like this for her family. She cooks enormous amount for her family all the time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but I enjoy it. And it's so much fun doing this, and it's nice sharing it. Let me tell you, sharing it with you guys, rather than just standing in the kitchen and doing it myself.
Well, especially
Well, that's why I like it. That's why I wanted Nathan. Nathan is a fellow who works for us, and I wanted him to buy from Mandy because there's so much fun and support in this group. And
yeah.
And she's bought her Thermomix. She also lives in Cairns like I do, and she's bought a Thermomix from the woman next door. Well, she still hasn't got the Thermomix. So
Oh,
Yeah, well, but unfortunately, look, transport has been a bit difficult.
Yeah,
It's been quite
so,
slow.
yeah.
You know,
that
and
looks
it's,
so yummy.
well, yes, but
Oh.
Jade got hers in 4 days.
oh, really? Wow.
And I got mine quickly, Mandy.
Yeah, you did. You were
I
lucky.
did too. I got very
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah,
And
well,
I really thought I didn't need the 6, but once you've used the 6, it's fabulous, isn't it?
it is. It's very
I must
good.
admit, I'm beginning to think I want to sell my 5 and get a 6 too.
Yeah, well, you
Well,
can-
that's what I did.
Yeah, look, but people are buying them. I mean, both
But
of
I
you,
did, yeah.
Well, Julie sold to her daughter, but Sue got a really good price for yours, didn't you?
I did. And it sold in the first day I put it on.
What did you sell it for, Sue?
Oh, God, man.
$14.75.
Yeah, 14.75.
That's good.
Yeah.
Two bowls and the cookie dough.
Yeah, cookie. Yes.
Cookie.
So I'm going to plate this up. So
Yeah.
this is very nice. See this plate I got? This was a birthday present.
That's nice.
Oh, it's lovely.
John and Jenny
Oh.
Hussey, Heather, because you know them.
Yeah.
It's fantastic because I displayed my cauliflower rice on the weekend in this as well.
Is that Denby?
It's perfect.
Mandy,
It's
is
lovely.
it Denby?
Sorry?
Is it Denby?
No, it's not Denby. You know, it's just what is it? Designed in Australia and made in China. Robert, it looks like Robert Gordon or something, but
Lovely. It looks like Denby.
it's beautiful. Yeah, my
Robert Gordon is a we used to have
Australian potter.
well, we used to have the store in Cairns. It's just closed down. Can't remember it, but yeah, it's part of the sort of brand.
Yeah.
I'll think of the store in a short while.
So put that on there.
I love the look of that oval server.
Oh, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's post reward soup.
Yeah,
I
and I'm
want-
waiting.
I want
just
one of
got the
those.
message today.
Oh, I bet that smells beautiful.
There you go. That's it says avocado as well, but well, I do have one. I've got to chop it all up. But there you go. There's the there's that, and
Yeah.
the muffins. Let me just see if I can turn a muffin out. A couple of those out for you.
Lovely.
Lovely.
There you go. So just and that I literally just came out. So easy in that.
Wow.
So there you go. I'll just come back to here. So there you are. And I've just got a mess to clean up, but that's all right. I've got dinner sorted. I've got lunch sorted, and I've got to have a husband because you can have muffins in the freezer. So so you know, win.
Mandy, I'm going to
Amazing.
start cooking right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So am I.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, man.